17th of November 2019, Sunday, 11:55 a.m. My name is James, and this is Weird But Wonderful. Welcome back. It's your weekly dose of weirdness and exploration into the minds of strange people doing strange things. We're covering everything from psychology journals and peer-reviewed studies to ridiculous news stories, all in the pursuit of trying to understand what makes people tick. And before we jump into this episode, I wanted to briefly mention the new Patreon that I've just launched. A link for that will be in the show notes. I'll talk more about it at the end of the show. But basically, if you want more stuff like bonus episodes, behind the scenes video, early access to episodes, or if you just want to support me or support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/weirdbutwonderful and bloody become a patron today. But for now, let's jump into the juicy center of this episode. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Is that a little Christmas jingle that I hear headed this way? Couldn't possibly be. It's not the most wonderful time of the year. It's fucking November, so God, please remember to save all your cheer for the most wonderful time of the year. December. Anyone who knows me knows that I can't stand Christmas stuff outside of December. I call it the Christmas creep. It's where Christmas creeps out of December and into the surrounding months. And I've often been labeled a Grinch for voicing these strong opinions, for voicing my anti-Christmas sentiment. But hey, shut up. It's only anti-Christmas sentiment when it's outside of December, okay? I want to make something very clear. This will be my official statement. I love Christmas, so shut your gob, all right? And it's because I love Christmas. I can already hear people emailing me and fucking writing on the social medias how much of a Grinch I am. I'm called people just don't get it. People don't get it, okay? I love Christmas, and I love it so much that I want it to stay contained, beautifully wrapped, if you will, like a Christmas present in December. So many people say, like, yeah, but this way Christmas is longer. If we've got Christmas carols and Christmas decorations, and if I put my fucking Christmas tree up in October and November, Christmas goes longer. Christmas is wonderful. No, it isn't. Because if you're listening to Christmas music, you've got the decorations up, you're watching the Christmas movies in October and November. By the time December comes around, you're sick of it. And Christmas is ruined. Now who's the real Grinch? Now who's the Crimbo Grinch? You're stealing Christmas joy. I've said this before in a very heated video, which I think might still be online somewhere. Christmas joy only lasts 30 to 31 days. Okay? Really, let's face it, 25. Because once it hits Boxing Day, no one gives a fuck about Christmas anymore. Christmas night, December 25th night, you're like, ugh, it doesn't suck, it's sad because it's over. Okay? We need to remember that Christmas joy, arguably, I'll say it lasts 30 to 31 days. We know it lasts 25. Me and you, we're in the know. We know it lasts 25 days. You've only got 25 days of Christmas joy. And these people want to stretch Christmas joy longer than that. And you can't. You stretch it, it snaps, it breaks, it's ruined. Christmas over. You're the Grinch. Now, why is my blood boiling so much? Because I saw a motherfucking article titled, and I quote, "Watching Christmas films all year round is good for your health, expert says." I'm going to go with no. Expert says yes. James says nah. I don't think it's good for your health. You know, oh, you're watching a Christmas film and it's February. Okay, psychopath. This article says, if you're one to know every word from Christmas classics such as Elf and Home Alone, first of all, Elf is not a Christmas classic. Fight me. Elf is not a Christmas classic. Hashtag fight me about it. If you're one to know every word from Christmas classics such as Elf and Home Alone, there's a good chance your festive film binges are doing wonders for your health. The even better news is that we're actually being encouraged to watch Christmas movies all year round. Oh, sorry. Sorry, when I read the words, watch Christmas movies all year round, I started to dry heave. We're being encouraged to watch Christmas movies all year round to give a boost to our feel-good hormones, which comes with snuggling down and turning on flicks like Love Actually and Die Hard. Parentheses, no time for that debate. That's it, look. Die Hard being a Christmas movie, I don't give a fuck where you stand on it. Okay, we don't have time for that. There's bigger fish to fry here. All right, the fact that this lunatic is telling people that it's good for their health to watch Christmas films outside of December. A psychologist has revealed that these films have been proven to help people live longer and healthier lives, so don't be a Grinch. Wow, a little dig there, huh? A little dig. Don't appreciate that. Discussing the benefits of Christmas films, the psychologist said, I like how it just says the psychologist. No names given here. No credentials given here. Just the expert, the psychologist. Whom shall we? You know why? Because we live in the age of call-out culture, and this person knows that they would be run out of Twitter town if they'd have given their name. Get out of Twitter town, crazy! Discussing the benefits of Christmas films, the psychologist said, quote, it does create that neurological shift that can produce happiness. Quote, I think anything that takes us out of our normal habituation, the normal day in, day out, signals our senses, and then our senses measure if it's pleasuring or not. That sounds a little bit to me like what a psychopath would say to justify a murder. Well, you know, look, you know, it's the thrill of the hunt, you know, and the kill. It just sort of takes me out of my normal habituation. You know, hey, you know how it is. Same thing, day in, day out. You know, that Nine Inch Nails song really said it best. Every day is exactly the same. Well, I personally find that a good old hunt, a little fine hunt and kill, a little murdery-do, breaks up the routine, you know, and it signals the senses with pleasure, you know? Crazy! Christmas decorating will spike dopamine, a feel-good hormone. I think this person is... all of this, I totally agree. Putting up your decorations, it's fun, it's lovely. In December, watching Christmas films, great, lots of fun, lots of dopamine, lots of signals being pleasured. In December, I think this person is they're going, hey, well, fuck it, you know, context doesn't matter here. You watch a Christmas movie, you get the feel goods. Fuck it, do it whenever you'll feel good. I'd argue, no. Christmas decorating will spike dopamine, a feel-good hormone. It'll spike in me rage if I see it outside of December. As well as bringing some much-needed festive cheer, it can also help reduce levels of stress and anxiety. Not for me. Not if it's October and November and I walk into a store and I hear Michael Bublé rearing his head once every 12 months. Hey, pipes of an angel on that guy, all right? Pipes of an angel. But let me hear them pipes just in December, you know what I'm saying? The Christmas songs, that is. It can also help reduce levels of stress and anxiety. Not for me. Not for me. If I see that shit in, oh, God forbid, if I see it in October, that's Halloween's month. All right? All right, Santa? Take your shit. Take your fucking little Christmas tree and fuck off. It's Halloween's month in October. The gall of a Christmas decoration to be hanging about in a store in October. Oh yeah, over here in the little like clearance rack. Yeah, that's the Halloween stuff. Well, why though? Because it is October. It is the month of Samhain. Thank you very much. Oh, 6 aisles to Christmas things in October. I'm filled with rage. Watching Christmas movies with someone else can even strengthen your relationship, including anyone from a love interest to a family member. In December, I feel like someone's really gone through what this person said and just redacted in December or the context in which this person is talking. Because I don't think they're just they couldn't possibly be talking in broad strokes and mean any other month other than December. Could you imagine, like, swing that one on your fucking totally forgotten the name of the dating app with the swiping and the swipping and the swiping. Swipe right on that one, huh? Hey, you want to Netflix and chill? What we're going to be Netflixing in August is The Grinch. Do you want to do that? Oh, I see that you've not only not responded to me, I've now been blocked. The nostalgia which comes with the films can bring people together due to the focus on family values and close bonds. So don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't watch Christmas films in June. Science says yes. Science says yes. I beg of you, no. Please, God, no. If one of my friends sent me a message and said, hey, James, what are you up to? You kicking it about? Let's watch swing round. Let's do a movie in June. It's a Christmas film. James, did you get my message? James, you're not responding. I've seen it. I can see that you've read it. Hashtag Ghost of Grinch. We're flipping the fucking meaning of Grinch on its head. All right. You're not a Grinch if you don't like Christmas stuff. You're a fucking Grinch if you're trying to kill Christmas joy outside of fucking December. How about that? How about that, real Grinch? Hashtag real Grinch. Hashtag real Grinch is someone who thinks that they can get away with Christmas shit outside of motherfucking December. Any one of your friends says, hey, come round, let's watch a film. What is it? It's a Christmas film, but it's August. Yes, it is. Hashtag Ghost of Grinch. You don't need that shit in your life. You know, they say cut out toxic people. Ain't no one more toxic than someone who's trying to get you to watch a Christmas movie outside of December. I don't even like the Christmas episodes of TV shows outside of December. You know what I mean? Don't care for it. Don't care for it. Makes me feel gross and weird. Kind of like, I don't know, Christmas joy is being killed. So now that we've got that out of our system, let's make the seamless transition from Christmas to death. Benjamin Schreiber is very much alive. But that hasn't stopped him from arguing that he died 4 years ago. After the convicted murderer collapsed in his prison cell in 2015, doctors restarted his heart 5 times. Recovering back at the Iowa State Penitentiary, Schreiber filed a novel legal appeal. Because he died before he was resuscitated, he had technically fulfilled his life sentence, he claimed. Hey, you said till death do us part? Mary, I died. So we done. How many things does that break, do you think? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to pay back the $32,000 in hex that I owe because I did die technically. So I think you got to pass that on to a loved one and now they'll pay for it. Soz. Sorry about that. I guess he did serve his life sentence. There's no way that would fly. Judges, however, aren't buying it. Well, there you go. It's always revealed to me. If I just read the next sentence, it's always later revealed. Dying for a brief moment of time doesn't amount to a get-out-of-jail-free card, the Iowa Court of Appeals ruled on Wednesday, saying that the 66-year-old will remain in prison until a medical examiner determines that he is dead for good. Wow. So just because your medical examiner is a little slow... Oh, how does that work, actually? So if the medical examiner comes in and is like, no, yeah, he's dead. Time of death, 3:42 and 30 seconds. I'm back. Well, he said it. So I'm someone else now. Hey, look. James died at 3:42. I don't know what to tell you. 3:42 and 30 seconds. Me, Greg, came into life. I don't know who this James guy is. I know we look very, very similar, but you did pronounce him dead at 3:42. But me, I'm not dead. So that's not me. I'm James dead, Greg alive, new life. New life. The fact that laws have so many loopholes and that it's so vaguely written so that people can argue in court, I'm surprised there isn't a loophole around this. Medical staff called his brother in Texas, who told them that if Schreiber was in pain, they could give him something to ease it, court records repeatedly said. Otherwise, they were to allow him to die. All right, thanks, bro. Doctors administered IV fluids and operated on Schreiber to fix damage done by kidney stones, the paper added. You can die from kidney stones? Jesus. Schreiber is either alive, in which case he must remain in prison, or he is dead, in which case this appeal is moot, Judge Amanda Porterfield wrote. Sounds like people are... hey, it sounds like you're all ignoring the fact that I definitely was dead for a period of time. Okay? Doesn't that count for something? I was dead. Is there no loophole? Schreiber has been behind bars since 1996 when he was charged in the death of John Dale Terry, a 39-year-old whose bludgeoned body was found near an abandoned trailer in rural Agency, Iowa. Prosecutors contended that Schreiber, then 43, had plotted with Terry's girlfriend before clubbing the man to death with the wooden handle of a pickaxe. A jury found him guilty of first-degree murder, and in 1997 he was sentenced to life without parole. Sorry, how do you... I hate to sort of... You know, a guy's dead, and I get... You know, and that's bad. But why'd you beat him to death with the handle of a pickaxe and not... all I'm saying is my first port of call, if I've got a pickaxe and I need to injure someone with it, it ain't the handle, dog. It ain't the handle, dog. Nearly 2 decades later, Schreiber was hit with severe septic poisoning. According to court records, he had developed kidney stones that were so large they caused him to urinate internally. Oh shit, that clogged up his whole system. His pipes are fucked. On March 30th, 2015, he fell unconscious and was rushed to the hospital, where doctors brought him back to life by administering epinephrine through an IV. In April 2018, Schreiber filed for post-conviction relief, claiming he was being held in prison illegally. His sentence was supposed to end with his death, he argued, and had taken place 3 years prior when his heart stopped. So he died 3 years ago, right? So what's happened between... Did he read an article or maybe a book? He saw the movie Double Jeopardy and was like, hey, can't get me twice. Don't know how that applies. This guy definitely read this in a book or something, didn't he? Someone definitely wrote this in a story and he's like, hey, good fucking call, actually. I'm going to try that. A district court judge was convinced by his creative attempt to find a loophole in the law, saying that Schreiber's argument was unpersuasive and without merit. The fact that Schreiber was able to file a legal motion petitioning for his release, the judge added, in itself confirms the petitioner's current status as living. Ugh. You know, she's got you there. You know, she's... At the end of the day, she's got you there. You ain't dead now. You should have gotten... See, you should have got... You never... This is why it's all about a paper trail. You know, it's all about a paper trail. You should have gotten a friend to submit it for you. And then that way, you still don't have a leg to stand on. I'm just saying. And she can't immediately turn around and say, yeah, you're dead, huh? Well, who sent me this letter yesterday? Fuck, she's got me. You got me, Judge. Good call. Good call. Oh, my heart. Dead. And I'm back. Can I get out now? The inmate took his quest to the Iowa Court of Appeals, which was he pretty much went to the judge like, nah, good call. I'm still going to try and go over your head, though. The inmate took his quest to the Iowa Court of Appeals, which was similarly unpersuaded. In an opinion published Wednesday, the panel of judges didn't attempt to reckon with the spiritual or medical definition of death, a philosophical question that has generated intense legal wrangling and complex debates over medical ethics elsewhere. Instead, they zeroed in on what life in prison means. We do not believe the legislature intended this provision to set criminal defendants free whenever medical procedures during their incarceration led to their resuscitation by medical professionals. Noting that they couldn't find any case law that would back Schreiber's position, the appeals court judge also ruled that he couldn't have it both ways, claiming to be dead as far as the criminal justice system was concerned while simultaneously going on with his life. Can I argue dead inside, Your Honor? Because ever since my actual death, my brief death back in 2015, I've been dead inside. Now, if it would please the court, does that count? It doesn't. Okay. In his appeal, Schreiber also argued that doctors violated his rights by failing to follow his do not resuscitate order when they pulled him back from the brink of death. According to court records obtained by the Des Moines Register, hospital staffers made the decision after conferring with Schreiber's brother, who only consented to giving him medicine to ease his pain. The panel declined to address that question because a lower court has yet to rule on it. Schreiber remains incarcerated at the Iowa State Penitentiary in rural Lee County. His attorney could not immediately be reached for comment late Thursday night, and it's unclear if he plans to take his fight to a higher court. It's got to be hard being a lawyer sometimes, I reckon. But some people you've got to defend, like, I don't know, the guy who's super alive came to you, by the way, needs your help. I need you to help me prove that I'm dead. Sorry? I died. James died, and now Greg is stuck in prison. So I need you to use... Yeah, I know you went to like school for a really long time and you read all them books, did all them tests, and then you did like the secretary thing, and then the researcher probably, and then the bar and all that, and you practiced, and you did all your speeches and stuff. I need you to use your arsenal of knowledge to help me prove that I'm dead. And now let's end out the show on something I'm sure we can all relate to. A man who attempted to smuggle cannabis into a prison by hiding it in a balloon up his nose has retrieved the drugs more than 18 years later after mistakenly believed he swallowed the package. That classic situation where you snort something up your nose and then go, fuck it, I probably swallowed it. His doctors reported on the unique case in a paper published in the British Medical Journal under the heading of A Nose Out of Joint. See, scientists and doctors, they have fun too, It's not all serious time. Sometimes you sneak in a goof, you sneak in a gaff. According to the lead author, Dr. Murray Smith of Westmead Hospital in Australia, the patient was first given the cannabis inside a rubber balloon when his girlfriend visited him in prison. The man inserted the package into his right nostril to hide it from the prison guards and smuggle it into the facility. However, he was unable to retrieve it once he slipped past them and eventually mistakenly believed that he'd accidentally swallowed it. It's either I've either swallowed it or it's up there. I'm good. When have you ever inserted anything into an orifice and then not retrieved it and just thought, fuck it probably panned out all right? Over the next 2 decades, the balloon developed into a rhinolith, a stone in the nasal cavity formed as calcium and magnesium salts slowly built up around the rubber. This caused the patient regular sinus infections and frequent complaints about nasal obstructions, but it wasn't until these developed into painful headaches that he sought treatment. I wonder, because he did say that he snorted it and assumed that he swallowed it. Did he sift through his own human shit for the next couple days trying to find it? And even then, if he came up short, he came up with nothing. He's still like, I guess I still swallowed it? Or was this guy like, fuck it, here's what I'm going to do. It's up there, but it's illegal. I got a crime up my schnoz. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to wait a really long time until maybe some legislation's passed that makes weed legal. Bing, bang, boom. Then I deal with the sitch. Mate, it doesn't matter if you've got a crime up your schnoz. You deal with it then and there. That's the takeaway. What happened? Hey, what happened to that balloon of drugs that I shoved up my schnoz? Oh well. I'll just go on with my life then. Time to make some migraine. What? It's so weird. It's really weird. I put the Starship Troopers VHS tape into the VCR, and then I never took it back out again. And then I put in another VHS tape, and I could just play that one. That's okay. I'm sure it'll figure itself out. Jesus Christ. Anyway. That's going to do it for this episode. Head over to One Weird Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with all the goings on. And while you're there, let me know where you stand on watching Christmas movies all year round. Are you for it and therefore clinically insane, or are you against it and therefore normal, sane, regular, an adjusted human being? You know, which one is it? And hey, no judgment from me here. Absolutely no judgment whatsoever. Are you batshit crazy, or are you normal? Let me know. And as for this Patreon thing, if you've never heard of Patreon before, you don't know how it is or what it does or how it do. You don't know how it do. Basically, it's a place for fans or audiences and creators to directly connect. So you can like make posts on there and stuff. It's kind of like a news feed almost, but like specific to the creator or like the show or whatever it is, whatever like the person has made it for. But it's also a way for people to directly support creators, which for instance would allow me, more time to put into this show and other projects like the advice episodes that I've been doing with David. I'd like to do those more regularly and like have that as a thing, but just for supporters of the show. So it would be kind of like an exclusive thing to the Patreon and perhaps other exclusives in the future. But basically, Patreon is a subscription service that's like Netflix kind of, where you would be supporting me, and then in return, you would get your hands on, exclusive stuff that's only available to people who are patrons, like Netflix, where, you can only watch House of Cards if you subscribe to Netflix. You get what I mean. The worst description possible. But, so for example, if you were a supporter of mine on Patreon, you would get early access to episodes, updates, bonus episodes, behind the scenes video, as well as in a certain tier, your name down as a producer of the show. Plus, I'll be adding like more stuff as time goes on, because there's a lot more I'd like to do, and specifically more I'd like to do with this. So, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, or, if you'd like to learn more about it, or you want to support me or support the show, just head over to patreon.com/weird but wonderful and like have a look at the tiers, read a bit about it or whatever. And yeah, if you choose to subscribe or tip or become a patron, I'd be super appreciative. And yeah, like I said, it would allow me to do more stuff and invest more time into making stuff. I have like a fucking million ideas and just like, no, I just need time, to commit to that stuff. But anyway, you can also find me, little old me, at My Pixel Persona on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you for listening. Share the show with a friend. Share the show with a Grinch that you hope to ghost. Leave a 5-star review if you're listening somewhere that takes reviews. Is fucking the Apple Podcast app like the only one that lets you like rate and review shows? because I can't. There are other platforms that I listen on where they don't have a review system. But if you do listen somewhere that has a review system, leaving a rating and a review really does help the show. It helps, people like you find this and gives it that extra layer of credibility. A little bit of social proofing. This has been episode 41. Come back for episode 42. Again, I've got to know what you think about these Christmas movies. Are you for it? Are you against it? Where do you stand on Christmas outside of December as well? I promise I'll try not to yell and scream at you, but that can't be promised. And I know that I did just say that I promise I won't, but I also promise that I can't do that. So, come back for episode 42. I'll see you next time.